Hey, what's going on, people? Ross out here in Singapore, and thank you so much for joining me on the Night Owl podcast. As always, I am so grateful to have you joining me on here, listening into all of my ranting and ravings, and hopefully it's a little entertaining and gives you some food for thought and isn't quite so boring and intrusive, right? That's the whole point of this. So I have been going through some of my archived posts that I've been putting up in my stories because I do that. I post in my stories for me, and if it helps you to, perfect. And if it doesn't, that's cool too. You can just kind of, swipe left and keep on going. But I was going through these posts that I did just recently, and I saw one that really felt like I could dig into it a little bit. So the quote says, it's by Robert Louis Stevenson, and it says, "Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant." And I like that because it gives me a lot more hope. Because honestly speaking, as a small business owner, I don't know if you know or not, but when we look at the end of the day and see how much money we made, how many comments we got, how many likes and subscribers, and whatever the metric is that we're looking for as far as ROI, it's easy to get dejected. It's easy to get really just down on yourself and super critical because it's not ever quite like you expect it to be, unless of course you've been doing this for years and years and years. You've built up the audience already, and now you're looking at different metrics, right? But for now, everybody's kind of starting off in the social media game. Everyone's slowly playing with video and audio. And with that being said, it's hard to kind of guess which way the algorithm is going to go. Now, there are, settings inside of your account itself that will let you see more sensitive materials or not see them. There are different settings that you can set for yourself. And according to those settings, it will either boost your appeal to the mass audiences or it won't. So looking at how much you harvest every day can be a bit of a bummer on a daily basis. So I like the idea of actually going through and looking at how many seeds you plant instead. So how many places did I interact with? How many conversations did I have? How much information did I kind of absorb or soak up? Where did I read? What did I hear? What did I listen to? Where was I? How many people did I come into contact with? Those kinds of things make me feel better because I feel like I've accomplished something. It's almost like when I was teaching marketing and sales as an in-house trainer, when people would ask me, what's the best way to kind of get your quota done when it comes to sales? And I told them, look, don't go for yes, go for no. Go for a set amount of no's in a day. And generally speaking, right, the probability is you're going to settle on a couple of yeses along the way. But if you go for, I want 3 yeses, it's really easy to get bummed out and discouraged because you ask 3 people and all 3 people say no, right? And you're going for 3 yeses. Well, guess what? What's going to push you to go get that next person? Go stand in front of another person. But if you say, hey, I'm going to go look at 25 no's today, and I'm not going to stop until I get 25 no's, chances are you might get 3 to 5 yeses, maybe, depending on the product, depending on what you're selling, right? But if you don't put yourself out there, you're not going to give the probability what it needs to be able to work in your favor. So not focusing on the harvest and focusing on the seeds you plant instead makes me feel really good. And as I'm saying this, I'm thinking, okay, what else could I be doing in my own business? Honestly speaking, I don't sell a product, y'all. I sell a service. I sell a transformation, something that is completely intangible and is different for everybody. I can't guarantee that there will be a transformation unless, of course, you can guarantee that you're going to do the work, right? Everybody will sign up and join and subscribe and all of that stuff, and it's real easy to do that. But how many of y'all are going to sign up, subscribe, pay the money, and do all the work as I ask you to do it? I know me. I've paid for plenty of stuff, right? I've attended, webinars, workshops, summits, conferences. I've been in one-on-one classes. I've been in group classes. I've been in webinars that are, work as you go on your own pace or whatever. And there are plenty of times where I can very honestly say, I did not follow all of the instructions. I omitted some things because, oh yeah, I already did that. I already knew that. It's not going to work for me. That I did not do exactly what I was told. And if you don't do exactly what you're told by the pro that has what you are striving to achieve, chances are you're going to find out that you missed a step somewhere in all of that, judgment. And that's why you're not getting the result that you're looking for. So instead of looking at where I'm at, what are my statistics for today? What are the metrics? What are the numbers telling me? I would rather feel a sense of accomplishment by the amount of things I crossed off my list. I was able to get done because it's something that I can actually count and see. I had 20 things on the list. I got 15 of them down. Maybe they were big things. Maybe they were small things. I don't know. But the point being that that seems a little bit more within my scope of control. That seems like a little bit more measurable for me. And it's not according to the rest of the world. I don't have to see people that go viral because they're doing TikTok dances or covering someone else's song, or someone who's doing, ad-libbing to someone else's lyrics or dialogue, monologue. I don't know. I don't have to worry about all that. I'm creating content the way I want to create content on my terms for the kind of information that I want to put out there, the kind of strategy that I want to teach with, right? And so there is no metric for that except for what I'm doing on a daily basis. So for me, I'm going to tell it to you like this. The seeds that I plan to plant every day, I want to interact with 20 accounts every day, just to put in a message, and not that generic, bunch of emojis, lots of hearts. Oh, thank you. This is great. So sharing. Oh my gosh. This is what I needed right then. No, I actually want to give you feedback. I actually want to give you my take on what's going on. And when I can do 20 a day without fail, I think I would have created enough of a momentum for new people to come find my feed. The other thing I want to do every day is put out a podcast episode. And that means, eventually, because I'm working on it right now, that means that I'm going to put out a podcast episode on Spotify in English. Eventually, that would mean once a week in Tamil. That means it's going to be daily English and daily Tamil daily doses, which is under 60 seconds of just, a little bit of a reminder or pick me up for the day. I want to create consistently. And honestly speaking, the more often I do it, the less time it'll take for me, which includes all of the production work on the back end, besides the recording itself. And if I plan my day correctly and get it into such a habit that it's like second nature to me, from the time I wake up until about noon, I should be able to get all that stuff done. And then the rest of the days open for clients, open for, interaction and speaking to people and getting to know what it is that community needs. So I like the idea a lot. It's something I taught for marketing. It's something I taught for sales. It's something that I don't always do, but I'm realizing more and more that it's actually more effective and more uplifting than looking at all the wins that I wanted but didn't get to. Does that make sense? I'm focusing in all the wrong places. So once again, Robert Louis Stevenson, thank you so much. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant. I hope that helped you guys, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye.